You're listening to the Claret and Big Blue podcast on the Pass the Gravy podcast network.
Damn, Daniel.
And we are live.
No. We'll do it live.
Welcome everyone to Claret and Big Blue, probably the only podcast on the internet dedicated to West Ham United and the New York Giants. That's right, football and football. Balls for everyone's face. I'm Mike Krishna. I'm joined as always by the only man on God's green earth that can go to Jamaica and come back somehow more pale than when he left. It's Mr. Alex Middleton. Alex, how you doing, buddy?
I don't think I'm that pale, man. I think I'm looking just tan enough. I didn't need to get too tan. I don't tan without burning, you know what I'm saying? I burn bad.
You got a bit of a tan, but was you like under an umbrella most of the time? What's going on?
When there was a cabana, we had the nice luxuries of Jamaica, so like I didn't want to get beaten down in the sun too bad, you know. Emma's also very good about being like, "Hey, sunscreen." That's what wives are for.
What would you go with? Back to 30, back to 50, back to 60?
The one she handed me. I don't know the SPFs. 30. She says 30.
30. That's not bad. It's all the same, man. It's all the same shit.
Get a little color, no burn.
Some people, like to oil themselves up, get that base tan going. Like to cook themselves.
Bring the baby oil with it. I didn't put any baby oil on. I should have.
One of Chantel's friends used to do that all the time. It used to freak me out. Like, what are you trying to do right now?
Cook myself is pretty much what that is, I think.
Well, other than that, you got back over the weekend. Overall, satisfied from you're going to do a quick Yelp review. Out of 5, what would you give the resort?
Dude, I give it 5 out of 5, man. I mean, I'm not a vacation guy. I don't travel often, but like I 100% enjoyed my stay there. So like, I'm not gonna give it less than 5. Like I thought it was a 5-star experience. Sandals, Jamaica, they're the shit. Michael Scott thinks it's good enough. I think it's good enough.
And yes, it is sweater weather, Alex. So it's like 53 degrees, miserable, raining. It's been raining for like 2 days. We got the leftovers from Ian, that dick.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we just dipped and dashed that fool.
Yeah, so it was a tad windy the other day, but it's just been raining.
A little bit on the windy side. Bit windy, isn't it?
Is this classy for those watching? I'm drinking beer out of an office mug.
It's very classy. I think so, at least.
But yeah. So nothing else to report then. So is that going to be your thing now? Are you going to do that more often?
Jamaica?
Not necessarily just Jamaica, but
I'm only going to go to Jamaica.
Resorts.
I guess whenever I take vacations, I think I'm going to lean the all-inclusive route if that's a possibility.
Well, the good thing about don't you like pretty much at the beginning of the year find out, right, these are your vacations this year?
Kind of throughout the year, yeah, in advance a little bit. But usually it's like, well, I'm just going to kind of hang out that week. That's what I do most of the time. Judy. I got shows to do, I got podcasts.
Yeah.
You think I liked leaving last week and not doing a Claret Big Blue? I don't think so. But I mean, again, like I was in Jamaica this time last week, so that was pretty sick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you were sitting there with your cocktail in your hand, thinking, "Oh, I wish I could be sitting in my apartment talking to
at 5 o'clock." I did say I could be podcasting right now.
Well, just because
the
you
Wi-Fi
said that,
sucked, so I shouldn't have. It's a good thing we didn't try that.
So it depends how you said it. If you said it like, "Oh, I could be talking to Mike right now," that's different to like,
I could
be talking to Mike
as I pour some more rum.
But yeah, but it'd been the
yeah, man.
to do it anyway. Giants lost. The
Yeah,
Cowboys.
right. Yeah, that was pretty
West Ham, I can't even remember 2 weeks back, but I'm
Well, that
I'm
was
assuming
international break. International break.
Got even worse. Jesus.
Didn't win.
And we did lose. That's the main thing.
True.
But this week, holy moly, we played the Wolverines of Wolverhampton, and we beat their baby brains in.
It looked like
reaction, but
I mean, maybe a little bit of we got their manager fired, so that's beating them pretty good.
That's got to be the first time in a while that someone's been fired after losing to us.
Wasn't Jose Mourinho fired after we beat Manchester United a while back?
Maybe.
Believe that may have been the last one. But it looked like we got a little bit of a Bowen resurgence, huh? We were looking at him on milk cartons. Looks like maybe we found him. Maybe he was like, all I needed was a little international break, and look at me. I'm back in shape.
And what a bloody goal he scored. And I think was he credited, because I know it was deflected technically, was he credited as the assist for Skamaka's goal? Skamaka's goal.
That's Skamaka, who's
goal.
Like, he's the guy now. He's the guy.
He's got to be right.
Dude's just a physical specimen. Just the way he can fight for that ball. Just like headers every time they're coming off him, they're going in. That's just what I'm going to assume from now on. Like, I don't know. He's got that like when, I'm not saying he's Zlatan, but like when Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Like when he's down in the box, like he's just physical and he's able to like just body people. And like Antonio, I don't know. Antonio just was so like massive of a human being, like strong, that like he just got like called on that shit. But I think Skamaka's got a little bit more leeway, and it's just like he knows where to be at all times.
And if he gets fouled, the referees might actually lean his way rather than just being like, Antonio can handle it.
You're strong. You could be okay. Yeah, you're good.
So maybe this might work out for the best. Give Antonio a break. Let the referees forget about him.
And Antonio coming in like the 70th minute, like that's a great burst of energy we need. I love Antonio. I think Antonio is awesome. But Antonio, he gasses. And Skamaka, I'm not saying he's got I think Skamaka can hang in for all 90 minutes, but like having to have a burst of energy from a striker like Antonio that is a good striker, it's awesome to get to bring him in. I don't like starting him.
No. I mean,
I think this is the perfect combination for that.
You know, I'm sure he wants to play every game. I don't blame him, but I think his best use is wear down the defense so they're tired, and then bring on the big man, and
play him against Anderlecht. Let's give him the start there. Get Skamaka a little bit of rest here, and that. But I loved what I saw. Skamaka having a little bit of a resurgence of Bowen. I know it's Wolves, who I think it was like 9 matches or 15 matches they hadn't had a win in.
Yeah, they haven't been playing great.
I mean, sometimes you need to get a win when you need to get a win, man. I mean, we didn't get a win against Nottingham earlier in the season. Like, those are points we dropped.
No, I don't think they've won since. Did you see them yesterday? Playing the worst team in the Premier League and getting smashed 4-0. Jesus.
I mean, Leicester's not as bad as their record shows right now. That's the weird thing about like looking at the table. Like Fulham is like 6th or 7th. Like it's gonna even out. We're gonna get to go like what is it? Water finds its level. We're gonna figure it out, but we need to start being the team that wins a lot. We need to start getting like rolling those wins together. And I think that if we play like we did on Saturday, we definitely are more likely than not to continue that track record. I mean, we got Fulham, Southampton, Liverpool, who hasn't been all that lately, although it's away, and that's probably a loss. We got Bournemouth, and then United, who's just I think United's beatable. Like we could put together some 3 points. Like we could really turn the tide, I think, in October if we just kind of keep rolling the way we were on Saturday. Our defense is they're just a bunch of studs, dude. Our defense is just great investment. Just we put all that money into it, and it's like, oh yeah, good luck scoring on us. Fabianski didn't really have to do a ton, but when he's called upon, he's been pretty clutch. Like, just
he's very dramatic.
He is, but I like that. feels like you're getting your money's worth. You know, like sometimes there's like those keepers are just like they make it look too easy, and you're like, what am I getting out of this? Peter Cech used to do that, where it's like he didn't freak out. Like I want it to look like you're getting worked a little bit.
Make a 2 out of 5 save look like a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I want some showmanship.
I want some style points from the judges.
Babes gives us that, but our defense is fucking absolute nails. Rice is a stud. It just felt like everything clicked, and like that is the West Ham team that, again, I know it was against a really bad Wolves team, but that is the West Ham team that we should see every weekend.
Yeah, and even Souček, it wasn't Souček of old, but compared to what we've been seeing this season, I thought he had a pretty decent game.
He was a contributor. Like it was because of him that other stuff happened.
But yeah, and it's interesting to see. I butchered the pronunciation. Kera playing it right back. Could that mean what's happening with what Johnson who can play there, Sufal can play there? It's depth. We've got a bit of depth, Alex.
I know it's nice to have, isn't it?
It's I don't know what is this. What is this funny feeling that I have?
Like we have 2 full squads we could roll with on a double game week. Like that's fucking. What is this?
And replace it with another striker
with an actual strike? Yeah. What is this? Are we a real club again?
Well, what would you see? Like, obviously, Anderlecht we're going to see a bunch of changes. Obviously, Ariola's going to come in. I'm assuming Antonio's going to start, etc. Maybe that's where Sufal comes back in. A lot of changes for the Anderlecht game, but the Fulham game. Where do you obviously Scamacca has to start that game? You
can't not let him, right?
You have to pretty much start the same team, right? You can't change the wings.
I don't see how you don't. Fulham is first, second, third, fourth.
Fulham are
seventh
where they should be, but
I mean,
I don't know what their fixtures have been. To be honest, I haven't really been paying too much attention. Maybe they've had easy games. I don't know.
They got one guy. They got one guy with the guy with the cool name.
Is it Mitrovic?
Mitrovic, yeah, that guy. Stop him, and I think we can beat Fulham. But he like leads the league. He's like second or third in the league in goals. It was before I left for Jamaica. But let's see, their results this year have been: they lost to Newcastle, they beat Nottingham, barely lost to Spurs, beat Brighton. Lost to Arsenal, beat Brentford, drew against Wolves, drew against Liverpool, drew again. Oh no, they're playing. These are all friendlies. So like, okay, they've had a couple games. Like they haven't really played a ton of people. Their wins have been against teams that they should have beat. But I don't know. Mitrovic, like a guy scores. I think he scored in all but one of their games. So like. Stop
he looks like the kind of guy that's like he's going to steal my money and then take my sister out on a date and treat her badly. Like he's got that face about him.
Yeah,
but I don't trust that guy.
But but he's good. Just if we can stop him, I think our defense is that for this does feel like a West Ham game though. We're gonna it's gonna be like a 1-1 draw. I feel like, but I also think if we play like we did last week, this is a 3-1 game to me.
It's a home game as well. I think that goes
away.
Benefit. Yeah, if it was away to Fulham, then I'd be a lot more concerned. So
yeah, I don't know. I want to be optimistic. I want to say we go out there, we get it done. Let's say 3-1 against Fulham. And Anderlecht, I think. What do you think is Fulham first?
I mean, I never normally predict us clean sheet, but we had one against Wolves. That'd be nice. Maybe I'll take another 2-0. 2-0.
Okay.
But it's definitely a winnable game. And then Anderlecht, I couldn't give a monkeys, to be honest, as long as we win.
Okay, but Anderlecht, from what I understand, is the most difficult team.
They're the hardest team in the group, yeah.
We got a back-to-back, I believe, in the fixtures. Let me look. We play them.
Yes. We got them
at Anderlecht and then next Thursday, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think this feels like it feels like a game we should win. I also like who did we play? Silkeborg last time. That was like our last.
Silkeborg.
But like that, like when we started slow and then kind of had to make some subs in and won like 3-1 or 3-2. It was like we have the squad to beat all of these teams in our group. It's just a matter of like, are they going to show up that day? And that's really kind of how West Ham's been the last 3-4 years. If they show up, we are a clearly a better team. It's not really even that close. If we don't, this is going to be probably like a 1-0 loss or like a 1-1, 2-2 draw. I feel like away, just that's kind of what I'm getting the away vibes with. If we win away, I think we just smoke them at home. But I feel like I'd like to think like West Ham kind of maybe they turned a corner. Maybe they needed that international break, figure shit out. I think we win. I'm gonna say 2-0 against Anderlecht tomorrow, and then I'm gonna say
I think they're gonna score. They're gonna score against us just to piss me off. So
yeah,
I'll go.
okay.
Let's go 2-1. 2-1. I'll go with that one.
All right.
But the position is there. Same as last year in the Europa Conference League. If we beat them, we go 5 points clear at the top with 3 games to go.
Let's clear it out. Let's clear it out.
Let's get qualified, because then we play them again. If we can beat them again, then that's pretty much us through with 2 games to go.
Yeah.
Then we can relax. But yeah,
let's not stress 2 games a week. Let's get a couple where we can just kind of chill. But yeah, I'm feeling positive about what we did on Saturday. It's a very different feeling. It was like, these are the guys. This is why Moyes. Like we always like trust in Moyes. This is what he saw. He saw this.
But we have a nice chance to have for people to join in our anguish, because on Sunday, because the Giants are playing in London, they're playing at the same time.
Yeah, they are.
And word on the street is we may be doing a live special.
Are we going to do it?
I think so. Might as well.
Let's do it.
I'm going to be up for it.
Let's do it. It's a super cast. We're going to be watching West Ham and the Giants simultaneously and commenting on it the whole time.
We may have a special guest.
We may. Do you want to say who it is? What do you mean we haven't confirmed the special guest?
We haven't confirmed the special. It might be. But, I mean, I feel the guest who it is, I feel it had more power if it comes from you.
Pat Dion from Pass the Gravy will possibly be joining us. He is a Packers fan, so we'll get a little opposition back and forth. But it'll be some
last time we did that, we had
Zach. We had Zach on there, Spurs fan, and we won. So maybe we have Pat on. We somehow win against the Packers. We also win against Fulham. Boom, double win day, but before noon. We could have 2 wins before noon, or we could also have 2 losses before noon and be very sad.
But either way, we'll be drunk, so who cares?
Watch us be happy or sad on Sunday morning.
Which I think the West Ham game starts at 9.
It
so
starts
I guess,
9.
I guess we'll be live around like 8:55 Eastern, 7:55.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll post it, and then I'll share it to Pass the Gravy. Just if you follow us on Twitter, then you'll find it. We'll post it there.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see if we can work it. Maybe we could even potentially, if we're going to do a mega stream, we could make it special and like stream it to this channel and the Pass the Gravy channel. Maybe
we can figure that out. I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm down if we can figure it out. I don't know I don't know exactly how it works, but I figure we could probably do it.
I can work it out.
Yeah, super cast.
Yeah, that's the background stuff. We don't need to discuss this live on the stream, but yeah, we'll after this show. But yeah, so that's West Ham. That's West Ham. Let's talk about some Giants football. Now, before we get into the positives of the New York Giants, I was watching this Giants game at a bar, but it was during a triple date. So it was like me and the wife, and then her friend and her husband, and then her friend and her husband. So it was like 6 of us, and then you know how you kind of sit as your couples, and then slowly as the lunch goes on, everyone's kind of starts shifting about, and then you just end up with the girls catching up, and then the boys sitting on the other end of the table talking about sports and bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing that, and the game's on, but they don't have the sound on for some reason. So I couldn't get some of the context of a lot of things that was going on. Now, before we actually talk about the pluses of the game, Even though my dog never pees inside, I always get sketchy when she starts sniffing in a corner. You know what I mean? That little bit of like, don't you fucking dare. Anyway, but yeah, so at some point I see Daniel Jones walking off into the tent of doom, which no one wants to see. It's, oh fuck, damn it! And then what's his face? Tyra Taylor comes on. Okay, he has a couple of snaps, not looking too bad, and then he starts walking up into the tent of doom, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I see Saquon Barkley taking snaps. I'm like, oh, what? What? And then Daniel Jones comes back, and I swear I could be wrong because again I wasn't, I was panicking, freaking out, and I couldn't hear the commentary. But I could swear he lined up as wide receiver for one play,
multiple plays. Yeah.
Like what the fuck was going on?
So yeah, let's hop right into that. So Dan Jones, I mean, obviously we know that like I feel personally like that Dable doesn't expect Jones to be the guy going forward. So right now he's trying to like kind of like what we were saying, like trust in Moyes. Dable's able to get the best out of his guys right now. He knows what he wants to do, and like this is a rebuilding year, so like starting 3-1 is amazing under Dable. But he's just kind of rolling Daniel out. He's like, all right, well, Daniel we'll use his strengths. His strengths are his legs right now. They were designing a lot of rollouts. He had somebody come down, rolled his ankle a little bit. It was obviously an ankle sprain. Comes out of the game. Tyrod Taylor goes in, does a couple plays, he throws an interception, not great. And then gets the ball back, goes out, makes an awesome move, and then gets a concussion. So he's out. Giants only have 2 quarterbacks in the roster. So then Saquon Barkley comes in under center or in the shotgun. And yeah, he's running the Wildcat. And Brian Dable just was like, all right, well, like what I think is crazy about Dable is a lot of other rookie coaches would be like, shit, what do I do? Brian Dable's like, nope, Saquon, line up behind center. We're going to get it figured out. We're running the Wildcat right now. He was handing it off to Burita. They were making some plays, and they got a first down, got a field goal, put them up by 8. Daniel Jones was out at receiver in my logic because we didn't really have an exclusive Wildcat formation thing, and the Wildcat formation almost always has the quarterback out as a receiver. I don't think that Dable had like a playbook for, okay, well, what if we don't have any quarterbacks?
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, just kind of be a decoy over there. Danny did have a great block on one of Saquon's screens that kind of broke apart. Saquon ran behind. Everybody was able to figure it out. But Daniel threw a pretty awesome block on that. That was before he got hurt. Daniel Jones is pretty much just a decoy kind of guy. The remainder of that game, they ran 2 series exclusively in the Wildcat. Then Daniel just had to come in and hand it off when he would be there. Then we had to punt it away. The Bears kind of knew to stop the run at that point. But then they fucked it up. Velus Jones, I believe, was their returner, and he fucked up the punt, muffed it, and we got the ball back, and we're able to run the clock out at that point. But we got a lot of luck on our side that game, a lot of injuries. Also, like there was an injury about after every play, it felt like, at least in the second half. Kayvon Thibodeau, I think, is a little banged up. Azeez Ojulari has a calf injury. I don't know if he's going to go. I don't know what the deal is with Kadarius Toney. I don't know how he had a hamstring injury. It's just not recovered, but like he would have been our emergency 3rd-string quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He would have been. He was not active. He was not active, so he couldn't. But yeah, it's interesting what's going on. I saw we brought Jake Fromm back for a workout. AJ McCarron was also in for a workout. We do have Davis Webb, who worked with Dable in Buffalo on our practice squad. I would assume, like honestly, if it's up to me right now, I don't think with the concussion stuff that happened after Tua has had back-to-back weeks of concussions, I don't think the NFL is going to let Taylor play. Yeah, so I think he's probably out.
Especially flying across the London. You don't want to be flying with a concussion. So
yeah,
I don't think he's going to leave the country.
I don't think he's coming. I think Daniel travels. I think they make it seem like Daniel starts. I think Davis Webb probably gets the start for the Giants, and then either Fromm or McCarron or Taylor Lewerke or whatever his name is. I think one of those guys backs him up. If Toney plays, I think Toney is the emergency 3rd-string quarterback in that instance. And I think Jones is probably going to be an emergency quarterback possibly as well.
I mean, only looking at the
He misses games. He's just a guy that misses games, man. Like, I love Danny. We're Dan stands here. We hope that Daniel goes off this season. It just seems like the way that they're using him is like, we're just gonna get the most out of you for one more season, and then we're gonna kind of look for something else.
Yeah, I mean, if I was, I would just err on the side of caution. Just rest him, fuck it. And then
His whole game relies so much on the run. But what's awesome about this season compared to last season was when Daniel goes down, it's not Mike Glennon. And Tyrod Taylor only had 2 series really before he got injured. But like being able to just run the ball, like use him in the same plays you would with Daniel Jones, it's night and day with like Mike Glennon. Like, well, we're just gonna drop back and throw it or hand it off. Like that's it. We're not gonna run any more QB reads or QB rollouts like that because like I don't know what the Bears were doing. Like they would just roll out that they would hand it to Saquon. Saquon would either gut him up, or if they didn't hand it to Saquon, they'd roll out. Daniel would be wide open to like Bellinger or a tight end and just hit the tight end for about 8 to 10 to 12 yards, or Daniel would take off and run with it. And then Tyrod came in.
Bears fan, I would be
exact
pissed
same
off.
Fucking thing. It was the same play. I don't know.
Exactly the same play. Yeah, 2
and I was
touchdowns.
like,
Exact same play.
I'm not an NFL coach, but like you guys see this, right? And it was like, nope. Like they were running one receiver in, 2 tight ends. It was very obvious it was a run play. Then the tight end runs out, dips out to one side. Daniel either dumps it down to Bellinger or takes off and picks up a first down every single time. Or Saquon runs for 10, 15. And it was I can't believe that it took that long. They started stopping it. Then they started running Daniel more. And it was like they were able to stop it for like one series, and then they just went right back to it. It's like, why stop running it if you can't stop it? But I mean, like better teams are going to be able to stop that. That was about what I felt like Dable felt safe running with that offense at that point. We have no receivers, really. Darius Slayton had an awesome, like, I mean, it ended up being a pass interference, but like it was just like a terrible drop. It hit him right in the hands. And if we hadn't had a penalty to put the ball where it was, that would have really hurt us. Graham Gano, stud. He did miss a field goal that would have kind of sealed it a little bit earlier, but I'll let him go with that one just because he's been a beast lately. There was so many things that like when the 2 quarterbacks go down and Dable's able to just, but we're gonna figure it out. Like I feel like this is the guy we needed. Maybe we thought that we had that with Judge initially. I think Dable gets it, man. Like he's like not panicking. There's not been a fuck up with the clock situation. There's not been a fuck up with a challenge situation. There's not been like anything that you're like, God damn it, Dable, what are you doing? Like he gets it. You know, he's like, this is what our team is.
For challenges this season as well. He never missed.
What?
I'm pretty sure
has he challenged it? Oh, because he's only challenged that one, that incompletion for the Bears. Maybe he challenged one other, but like, yeah, it's been maybe 2. Maybe 2.
I'm sure because he challenged once in this game, right?
He did. It was overturned. It was an obvious like incompletion.
And then I'm sure he did it in another game.
I mean, he hasn't challenged too much, but it's always good to have to be batting 1,000 on that. He knows where this team is, and I think the starting 3-1, like I said earlier, it's incredible that we're 3-1 right now. We're about to hit, I believe, maybe the most difficult stretch of our schedule. We're versus Green Bay, versus Baltimore. Damn, we had like 5 technically home games, it feels like. But I mean, this is considered a home game for us. I don't really know if it's not. It's in London. But then we have Baltimore, Jacksonville. Then we have Seattle, Houston, Detroit, Dallas, Washington, Philadelphia, Washington, Minnesota, Indy, Philly. I mean, but Green Bay, Baltimore, and Jacksonville is not an easy slate. And I think this is really going to tell us a lot about the team we got going forward. I expect to probably go 0-3 in the next 3 weeks. But I also think I could see us fuck around and win it. Like this guy gets guys to play for him. I don't think we're going to get blown out in a ton of these games. I do think the Packers game may end up being a blowout just because we're so beat up right now. But like this guy's got all these injuries and he's able to piece together this team. I think we bring back Landon Collins. I saw he was visiting with the team. That's a possible pickup again that adds to our defense. Our defense under Wink Martindale just blitz city. They're fucking getting it done. If we could get an interception here, that'd be awesome. But special teams is looking fairly good. I think that this season we just got to like look at the positives. Like look back at this week when there are the frustrating weeks, and they're a team that's being put together, and it's a rebuilding year, but like it's a fun rebuilding year. Like we're never 3-1 in a rebuilding year under Judge or under Shermer or anything like that. Like Dable's got the guys kind of in a good spot. Yeah, maybe the schedule helps contribute to that, but like all I want to see is us fucking show up and max effort for this fucking Packers game. The Packers are a better team. They're gonna probably load the box to stop Saquon and make whatever quarterback we're rolling out there. Load the blocks. They're gonna make whatever quarterback we got behind center, either a banged up Daniel Jones or not starter caliber Davis Webb or Jake Fromm or AJ McCarron, whoever it is. They're gonna make them beat him, and I think it's gonna be very difficult for us to come out with a win this week. But I also see like maybe our defense makes some opportunities for our offense. You gotta capitalize on the opportunities you do get. Baltimore's gonna fucking be a tough test, even though they've struggled as of late. Maybe that's a game we can be frisky and come away with. Jacksonville, I think they're a lot better than they've been playing lately. This is just a year where we're trying to kind of appreciate what we're seeing out of these guys and just know that Dable's working towards something. And that's what I felt like. We started with Judge, and then it just never like it peaked real quick. And we just got to get that like the consistency. Like, okay, we're still seeing maximum effort. Yeah, there's going to be some bad shit happen. There's going to be some bad plays. There's going to be some mistakes, but we got to capitalize on that shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, when you think about it, we were sitting in August. Did anyone predict we'd be 3-1 after 4 games?
No. Take it. Not going to apologize. Not going to apologize.
Also, speaking about our quarterback situation, you know, there's a pretty interesting kid I believe he's a free agent right now, who could solve all of our problems. Chad Powers.
I mean, what if like Eli just like a 1-week contract? Come on, Eli.
Do you want to come to London with us?
Just he could. What if?
That would be sick.
I think that's a lot to ask, but like I bet like he's probably better than some of the guys. I think Davis Webb's really going to end up being that. He's been in the Giant system for a long time. He's been with Dable for a while.
How bad would you feel for Davis Webb if he's been sitting there for all of that time and then he gets replaced by Eli Manning?
Like, well, hey, look, bud, we need you the number, but realistically, this is our guy. I think that Webb. I mean, he was drafted by the Giants. Giants drafted him, I think, out of Syracuse. But yeah, I remember I used to on the video game on Madden. There we go. I finally figured it out. I was playing like a franchise mode, and it was when Eli retired. I was like, no, we're just moving Davis Webb up. Davis Webb is going to be the future Giants starting quarterback. And I was like sold on that. I was like, we don't even need to draft a quarterback. It didn't happen that way. But on Madden for like a 2-year span, he was my quarterback. So that was cool.
If it's good enough for Madden.
If it's good enough for Madden, yeah. I mean, I've won a lot of Super Bowls on Madden over the years. So really, I'm qualified to speak on how good Davis Webb is. I also won Super Bowls with Mike Glennon too. So maybe not as much.
And the good thing, the fact that we haven't got any receivers, just limit. You know, we don't really need that good of a quarterback. Just get the ball, hand it to Saquon.
Run the motherfucking ball. That's all you gotta do.
Realistically, if we are, I mean, we do need some receivers to come healthy because otherwise it's going to happen again like last year when we had a little bit of a tiny, nice little healthy stretch, and then everyone just realized, oh, they're running the ball again. And then we just got shut the fuck down.
Yeah, I mean, we have a different Saquon. This is Saquon that's running with a purpose. This is Saquon that's got he's got some shit together. But like he didn't have the lateral movement. He didn't have the bursts. Like he's got all that this season. And knock on wood, like he stays healthy. Like they just like everybody's gonna Saquon, and it's only a matter of time before he busts for a big run. And I think this is the Saquon that the Giants drafted. I think we're getting a better version of him this season.
I mean, there was a few times, I think, when they showed it was beautiful, where literally someone grabbed hold of Saquon's leg and he was like, yeah, that's adorable, and just like shook them off and then carried on going.
I don't have time for your bullshit, but let's go.
You're kind of looking a little bit needy now. I need my own space. See you later.
Yeah.
But yeah, before the injury, I thought it was Daniel Jones 2 touchdowns. I was talking before the game. I was discussing with a buddy of mine because in my fantasy, I have Tom Brady and Daniel Jones as my quarterbacks. And I was like, well, normally, Tom Brady, all reliable. But I was thinking, is Daniel Jones going to be better against the Bears than Tom Brady against Kansas City? And I was contemplating swapping them around and putting Daniel Jones in, and then I didn't. I forgot. And then he just proceeds to run 2 touchdowns, and it's like, fuck. The pains. I don't know why I do fantasy.
It's hard to start Daniel Jones over Tom Brady, though. It's hard to start him. Like, it's hard to justify that. I have him and Aaron Rodgers in a league, and it's like, I'm probably going to start Rodgers every week.
Why do you do fantasy? Like, because I just find that it's
because I've been in these leagues for like over 10 years. I've been in these leagues for over 10 years. You gamble, though. You gamble outside of fantasy, just on individual games, and that's what I live for. Fantasy, it's like you make this decision, but then it can kind of like suck for the rest of the year after a certain point. You're like, tight, I'm just gonna manage this and lose that $50 or $100 that I put in.
Word on the street is you do like a gamble.
I'm a big gambling guy. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy a nice wager. Gravy Gambles Show, if you want to check that out.
At Gravy Gambles. You do tend to do
on the Past Grade Podcast YouTube channel. I'm iffy. I'm streaky. This year, started off poorly. You've been better lately.
I mean, I was just trying to hype you up, but you could have taken that one. But I guess you're honest.
Well,
you're honest.
I'm an honest guy. I'm an honest gambler. It's hard to find this.
But yeah. So what's your prediction looking like ahead of Green Bay then?
I feel like we're gonna struggle in this one. This is not gonna be an ideal game, but don't worry because you can watch the Clear Big Blue Super Stream with hopefully Pat Dion from Past Grade Podcast joining us to watch the Giants Packers on Sunday morning, and West Ham and Fulham will be playing as well. So we'll keep you guys updated on both of those, and that'll be a fun little you can watch us be in pain and maybe also happiness. Like, it'll be interesting. What if West Ham scores but then the Giants give up a touchdown? Like, I don't know how are we gonna feel? This doesn't happen a lot, My emotions are gonna be just I'm gonna be pulled in so many directions. This will be the stream you want to watch. It'll just be a high stress stream. You need to make like a stress level meter, and it's like, how stressed are we?
Bob McFunnawuffles in the live chat. I started Tua over Rodgers.
Well, I mean, a couple of weeks ago that would have been a good idea, but this week definitely.
He scored, what was it, 6 touchdowns from one game?
Yeah, that was cool.
So I'm not going to blame you. It's just unfortunate.
It happens,
unless he wasn't starting, and then you started him and you cursed him, then that's a bad look.
Yeah.
I hope you're happy with what you've done.
I think we lose. It's probably like I don't know. Rodgers seemed like he was not happy with his team, and usually when they struggle in a game, they play really well. The next week, I feel like they're gonna play really well against a banged up Giants team. But we just get to be like, don't worry, we're hurt. We didn't even start our own quarterback. We probably didn't even have our own starting quarterback in. If we did, he was hurt. Doesn't even count as loss.
I think this is going to be one of those games where
it's not going to be fun, but it's over early.
Gano scores the most majority of our points.
Start him on your fantasy team.
Oh, he's on my fantasy team.
Good call. All right, I'm assuming it's a loss.
Oh well, but yeah, we'll be live on Sunday.
Give me one win Sunday morning, please.
So come hang out. But before we get to that excitement, we have got a couple of extra podcasts coming up for you this week. Pass the Gravy, starring Alex Middleton and maybe special guest Pat Dion on Sunday stream, and Bobby Jokes. What are the good, fine people of the Gravy Gang got to look forward to tomorrow?
Well, we have we're gonna talk about streakers and whether or not it should be cool to tackle them. The return of spooky season. We're gonna talk about robots again taking over the world. Everybody's new obsession with Jeffrey Dahmer. And I had a little incident on a plane over the weekend where I'd like to discuss at what point it's okay to point out that maybe the person next to you needs to buy another seat, a second seat, because maybe they are a little large and may also have taken up half of my seat on a almost 3-hour flight.
Oosh.
So we're going to discuss how I'll tell you what I did because I didn't do anything. And we'll discuss what I should have done on an international flight without causing a ruckus.
So without spoiling anything, you was a little passive, I guess, in your reaction.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. They checked, like, is this okay? And I was like, what am I supposed to say? You know, like, no, you're way too big for this seat. Like, you're in half of my seat. Respectfully. I don't know.
We'll find out.
And what I should do, what I should have done on Pass the Gravy, but it's a nice little dilemma. And then we're gonna tell you what's not cool throughout the week, and then we're gonna answer some of your questions. So it'll be a fun little podcast. And then also we did the Gravy Gambles show on Pass the Gravy Podcast's YouTube channel. So go subscribe to that. You can watch each episode we do of the podcast, as well as our Gravy Gambles show that airs at 1 o'clock on Fridays and at 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings, or always on our YouTube channel after Friday. So go check it out, or also watch it on our Facebook page, Gravy Gambles and Pass Gravy Podcast. What is going on the Waffle Box this week?
On the Waffle Box this week, we are talking, you may have heard about it, there's some controversy in the fishing world.
Dude. Scandal.
I got some audio.
Scandal.
Oh, it's going to be great. We're going to be talking about that. Plus,
are you reviewing Bros on the movie review this week?
No.
Wow, are you a bunch of homophobes? Yeah.
Thanks.
Huh. No answer there. I'm gonna see it 10 times this week because I'm
gonna see it, but I don't need to promote myself. I'm a silent. I need to brag.
Right.
That
you don't want to brag about it. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail that. What else were we discussing on the Waffle Box? Sorry.
Also coming up in the Waffle Box, top 10 reasons why gay people are awesome. That's going to be.
That's a good one.
It's a good segment. But then also we're going to be talking about the feel good stories and all that good stuff, and an interesting little tidbit story about Kim Kardashian, where in the headline was the phrase "pump and dump." And it's not what you think about. But when I see a headline that says Kim Kardashian in trouble due to pump and dump,
I'm clicking
it. I'm reading
it. Oh, there goes my eyeballs. That much.
So it's going to be a good social experiment. I'm going to upload that to YouTube tomorrow with the tag Kim Kardashian pump and dump, and to see how the views skyrocket. I'm going to see how that works.
That's a pretty good plan.
Maybe I might even make that the title of this week's episode. Episode 67, Kim Kardashian's Pump and Dump. Or Pump and Dump with Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. Pumping and dumping.
With Kim Kardashian. It's our new segment.
Yeah. Kim K. Pump and Dump.
Yeah. But yeah, check that out. At Wafflebox Pod on your socials that'll come out tonight at 11 o'clock if you're anywhere other than East Coast, but it's technically on Wednesday for everyone else. So, I think that wraps up nicely. I think we put the world to rights there. We hit the big things. We're celebrating. Giants winning. West Ham winning. Cheers.
Good dub. Dub. Let's get 2 dubs this weekend. It'll be pretty awesome. This will be
double
2
dub.
really good dubs.
Live.
Dubs. Yeah. Fun fact, there's never been a live stream of a game that we've watched that our team has lost.
We are 100% win record for that.
Giants have also never lost a London game. So there's that. 1-1 in London games.
It's all coming up Millhouse.
Or 2-0. Maybe they're 2-0. They haven't lost. I know that.
That's the important thing.
That's what matters.
But as always, if you're not doing so, if you're listening to this or watching this and you haven't done so, make sure you follow us on all our socials at CBB Pod. I'm at Only Mike Fish. I changed my handle because I got so sick of saying it's at Mr. Mike Fish and then having to specify it's Mr. Mike Fish, not spelled Mister. So I just changed it. It's only Mike Fish. Fuck it.
Okay.
And he is at Alex J. Middleton. Verified on Instagram. I'm still slightly jealous about that.
You want to change the smell of Mike Fish?
No, I know we discussed this, and that's Pat's idea. Maybe we'll discuss it further on Sunday.
You're the
Maybe he
perfect
can convince
opportunity.
me.
Yeah, we'll see.
I remember when he said that on Pasta Gravy, and I checked it and it was a beta. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to. There's no peer pressure here.
You should have. We'll peer pressure you on Sunday morning.
Tune in for that.
Boom.
For nothing else. But yes, I've been Mike Fish. He's been Alex Middleton. Until Sunday, bright and early.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, you Irons and Giants.
Go Giants.
Go Giants. Big Blue. Woo! Where the fuck is the video? Is it gone? Has it been deleted?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
It's over.
No.
There's no end. It'll never end.
See you later.
Later, guys.
Hey, let's go to Peyton. He's going to break down that touchdown.
Can't hear shit.
Never mind.
Listen to Lucid Illusions. Thanks. Bye.